welcome. So this is going to be our award show for House of the Dragon Season 2. And also, if you guys do have questions or stuff I didn't answer in the last stream because HBO probably cut my power. Who knows? I didn't have power for like 3 or 4 hours after that stream abruptly got canceled. But yeah, we're going to be doing some Grease Awards, as I'm going to call it. I got some categories. I already put the first award, which we're going to be doing, which is Most Improved Character of Season 2. I'm going to be doing it two ways. I'm going to have my choice for who wins the award, and I'm going to have the community's choice for who wins it. So, some of them I feel like are pretty obvious. Some of them I don't think are obvious at all. I think some of them are really tough to choose. But I got 15 awards we're going to hand out tonight. And, yeah, I think there will be probably one character that wins a couple different awards. I tried to, like, do it to where there was a nice variety. It wasn't like the same people all the time, but I don't know. Hi, Matthew. How are you? I will say I'm not the biggest fan of Cage the Elephant. I like a couple of their songs, but I do like that one. Hi, Chrissy. How are you? Hi, Soup Lord. Hi, Advocate or JC. How are you? Now begins a long night for House of Dragon Season 3. Well, we got Dunk and Egg next year, and that's actually going to be early next year, so we actually don't have that much of a wait time in terms of with some fire content, but yeah. Hi, Ghost. How are you? Jesus, how are you? Doing about 15 that I came up with. I kind of struggled on the last one. I had like 14 solid ones, and I was like struggling on that last one. This is my Oscars, yes. How about a Rhaenyra and Alicent ship category? I do have a Best Sneaking Into Places award, so Alicent and Rhaenyra were nominated twice for that award, so we'll see how that goes. Matthew Stewart, yes, I did use that. Hi, Evie, how are you? After rewatching the finale, it says that it's 6.5 for me. I can't stay long for unfortunate. Well, Radical, thank you for joining as always. And, you know, I think that's kind of where I think a lot of the community is at. Like, I think a lot of the community is at a point where it was disappointing, wasn't the best, definitely could have been a lot better. Also, the news has come out that it seems like the show was meant to be 10 episodes, but instead they landed on 8. For some people, that changes a lot. For me, it would have maybe made the season better because I do think not season 2, but episode 8 ends on kind of a weird note. Like, doesn't feel like there's any finality to it. So I do think it hurts the season, but I still think episode 8 destroyed a lot of what was going on with a lot of the characters. I don't know how much it really mattered, but I don't know. What do our award winners win? They win the Grease Trophy, which is just a name for a trophy that they're not actually going to get in the mail. So, you know. Did Ryan Connell come for you, Grease? Yeah, he must have. He must have taken me down. Hi, Spirif. I said that right. I chose Aegon, but Kristen is a close second. Yeah, for this award, there was not too many that I was like, huh. If I look at them and I go, did they actually improve from season 1 to season 2? Because there's a lot of characters that kind of stayed, in my opinion, kind of the same. Or there's a lot of characters that actually went backwards, and so that's what the next award's going to be. Not all of these awards are positive. Some of the awards are positive, some of them are negative. I tried to like balance it out. So if I had a bad award, I also wanted to make sure I had like the opposite of that, of a positive award type thing. Hello, Arian. How are you? Imagine if Rings of Power Season 2 is better than House of the Dragon Season 2. It would take a lot of work for that to actually happen because it's kind of the opposite effect, where I think Season 1 of House of the Dragon was pretty good. Rings of Power was really bad. I actually think I rated the season on a whole as like a 3 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10 for Season 1. It's by far, Rings of Power Season 1 was by far one of the worst things I've watched from start to finish. Ooh, that's another one. I didn't think about Vhagar, but that's a good shout. I'm good. Just enjoy my day off. Love to see that, Evie. 10 episodes should have had 9 and 10 for the Gullet. I think if the Gullet would have been in the season, it would have helped the season overall feel better. But I don't know. I mean, and that's the other part of it, is like season 3 being 8 episodes is also bad in my opinion, because you're going to have to deal with all the stuff that should have been handled in season 2 while also only having 6 episodes to then deal with what the plot of season 3 should have been. it's not a lot of time to do things, and I would be really worried. I'm not as like worried now because I have kind of fallen out a lot of love of House of the Dragon, but it is very worrisome in my opinion. But that makes sense, JC, on why they cut it down to 8 episodes. I saw Ryan as an executive producer on Dunkin' Egg. That is not good. Did HBO torture you? I got so desperate that I went to the McDonald's, like a town over, and charged my phone and was like just listening to music until my power came back on. It was one of those bad times because it's like me and my friends, we can't all get on usually a lot. So like to play like a video game or something like that. And so when it is those nights that you get the chance where like maybe people are off or they're not doing stuff, and then you miss it because the power's off, it kind of sucks, especially when you've been working the whole like day on stuff. But I just want to say I thought the last episode was okay, could have been better. Yeah, I think that's how a lot of the community feels, Arian. Agreed, Violet. Agreed. Ryan talked about the Visions Grease, saying that it connected to the biggest series in the world and needs to have some interconnectivity. I completely disagree. The way that the dance has interconnectivity to it is, well, I can't really say because it spoils the end, so I won't say, but like people that know the ending of the conflict understands how it connects and affects the Targaryens to the point that we get to the normal story. I just think interconnecting everything with the White Walker stuff is just stupid. I'm here. What did I miss? You didn't miss much yet, Dakota. Was there a storm here? No, like literally just a line went out. There was nothing that like caused it. Nobody like, and all of our lines are buried underground, I think. So it's quite weird. Like there wasn't a storm in my area, JC. Nobody hit like a power line or anything like that. It just went out. And the thing that I think is even more crazy is it took them 2 hours to figure out like there was a line down in general. Like not where the line was, but like to figure out where it was. And then like it only took them about like an hour, hour and a half for them to like fix it after they knew where the problem was. But it was a really, really weird situation Monday. What's your favorite meme from House of the Dragon? I think the best meme's got to be Laris and Foot stuff. I just think it's funny. Grease, I can't tell you what book it is. I just need to know what A Song of Ice and Fire books you have. So I have the like pocket versions, I guess, or like the diary ones of all of the main series of Song of Ice and Fire. I have like the normal paperback of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I have the hardback of Fire and Blood. I have the hardback of the World of Ice and Fire, hardback of the second cookbook, and then I've got the big version of A Clash of Kings for my rereads, and then I got a paperback Game of Thrones one that's like this one but just smaller. Does that help you at all? No more House of the Dragon Game of Thrones connections. I don't want to be reminded about that shit show now. Yeah, the problem is I just think that they've leaned so much into it now that they're just going to, and you just kind of have to accept it. In season 1, there was a lot of great moments and a few bad ones. In season 2, it was the opposite. I agree. You know what's weird is like, so today I spent a lot of time going through and getting images for season 1 for a video that I'm putting out probably on the weekend. Members, you'll probably get it either late tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, that's all I'll say about that. But I'm doing a project for a video, and it's taking me a long time just because I've lost a lot of storage. So I've lost a lot of my images for House of the Dragon. And yeah, going through the episodes and, you know, rank, because I'm ranking all the episodes. That's the video, more or less. I'm ranking every episode from season 1 to season 2. And yeah, I am reminded about how much I liked season 1 more than season 2. Hi, Agor. How are you? JC, I don't know. Like, if I got gifted them for Christmas or something like that, like, I'd be, like, happy to get them. But I don't know if I'm going to like, go out of my way to buy the new ones. I don't know. But I do agree, Radical. I think could be some issues with those 8 episodes. Um, Yep, you don't have the one I'm going to get. Oh God, is it the first cookbook? Also, hi Ashley, how are you? Fair enough. They connect Aegon's Conquest to White Walker since we'll see his dream. Yeah, see, I don't mind it in Aegon's Conquest. I just don't think it should be the main focus of, like, the dance. That just doesn't make any sense. All right, so let's do the first award. I think this was a pretty obvious one. So the first one, Most Improved Character of Season 2, the nominees were Aemond, Aegon, Larys, and Criston Cole. I think all of those characters, at least to some degree, had an improvement, but it's got to be obvious. The Grease Award for House of the Dragon Season 2 goes to Aegon. I mean, both me and the people's choice was Aegon. It's got to be Aegon. I mean, the character was by far the best. He took over the screen every time he was on screen. And yeah, I think Tom, who plays Aegon, did a fantastic job with the character and pretty much blew everybody else out of the water. I don't even think this award was that close. But that leads us to our next Grease Award. And this one, I think, is going to be very interesting. I'm very interested to see where you guys vote with this one, because I think this one's a tough one. So let me introduce the award first. So the second Grease Award for House of the Dragon Season 2 is Most Underwhelming Character of Season 2. And so by this, I don't mean like they were the worst in terms of their character got assassinated or anything like that. I mean, what characters did we expect to have some sort of development in Season 2, and they were stagnant? Like, they were very underwhelming, whether that was because they didn't get enough scenes or whether their character didn't go anywhere. So the nominees I had for this, and I feel like there could have been a lot of this for this category, but I had Corlys Velaryon, Jace Velaryon, Rhaenys Targaryen. You can also go Rhaenys Velaryon, but and then Rhaenyra Targaryen. So those are the four I had for it. Let me make a poll for you guys and see what you guys think. But I don't know. I think you can go a lot of ways with this, because I had very big expectations for almost all four of those characters, and none of them kind of progressed their character. They kind of stayed the same. But we'll see what you guys think. I'm very interested to see what you guys think, because I don't know. I feel like you guys know my answer for this one. But Corlys, Ace. I also think there could have been other people in here, to be honest. But I think these are the main ones that came to mind when I looked at these, because other characters that weren't on this, like Daemon, for instance, Daemon to me wasn't like underwhelming, because I viewed him in Season 1 already as a pretty meh character. I don't think he was that great of a character in Season 1 to begin with. And so him being pretty much a very bad character in Season 2 isn't like that underwhelming, because he was already kind of that direction anyway. They just kind of did one of these where they made him seem like he was better, and then they killed him again. Alicent, to me, I don't know. She's one of the best characters of Season 1, and then basically by the end of it, it's completely assassinated. But I wouldn't say like it was underwhelming. It's just they didn't write the character correctly. So I don't know. Also, hi, Eris. How are you? Radical, thank you for stopping in. I am doing all right, Agor. Just a very big day in terms of like work stuff. I had a lot to do. I've basically been at my computer since like 11 today. Just doing I had a meeting for my internship, and then I had a lot of work to do with the YouTube stuff, which is like, it's one of those things where like it didn't feel like I got a lot done today, but I've done a lot, because I've gone through like, I'm not even done, right? Which is the crazy part. I have like 3 episodes left, but I've gone through like 15 episodes of just clicking through frame by frame every single, House of the Dragon episode, and just putting together some images for not only like the video this week, but for future videos that I talk about House of the Dragon, which has kind of been one of my issues. Like, some of the videos this week didn't have a lot of like images and stuff like that, because I just did not have the time to go through all these episodes and get the images back that I'd lost from this season specifically. But if I had a soundboard, Chrissy, I would do a drum roll. Aegon was brilliant in every scene, easily my favorite character. Agreed. I have seen that, Uncle Ruckus. It's kind of crazy that was removed. I don't know what the point of that was, but yeah. Soup Lord book Jace is significantly better in my opinion, but that's just more because we get more of Jace in the book. They just completely ruined Daemon at this point. Agreed. I think they keep referencing God because they're planning to fix it in the future with another spinoff. I think The Long Night is not finished yet. The problem with people trying to fix Game of Thrones is it'll never be fixed. You can't fix something that's fundamentally broken. Like, if you give us this big explanation of the White Walkers and all this stuff and what their actual motivations are and these things, it doesn't matter. Like, the show is already broken. And so trying to fix it doesn't make much sense to me. If Jace wins this award, he'll find a way to whine and pout about winning and then slander the bastards in the crowd. It is known. It is known. I agree, Violet. Like, they only gave us little bits and pieces of Jace here and there, and they didn't do much with it, right? Yeah, Agor, I mean, I just want to get, like, some work done. I still got to get through, I have about 4 or 5 pages left of the first chapter of Clash of Kings that I want to get done. I want to get through all my stuff so that I can either edit the video coming out, like, later this week, tonight, or have it at least ready to go for tomorrow. But it's also another longer video. It's like 30-ish, I think it's like 38 minutes. Never read my books in peace. I agree, Eris. Jace's jawline is so strong. Yes, agreed. I really wish they hadn't skipped those like 2 weeks after Luke's death. So much emotion, interesting stuff lost. Agreed. I think it was questionable at the beginning of episode 1. And I think as the season went on, it became more apparent that that was just not, I don't think, the best decision. You know who gives an underrated performance? The guy who plays Orwell. His body language and nonverbal acting is always on point, makes me laugh. Also, he has one of the most soothing voices I've heard. Yeah, I think he does a really good job in his role. Like, I don't think he's crazy because we don't get a ton of development of him or get much time with the character, Ashley. But, like, I guess this is a spoiler for a video coming out, I think, tomorrow. I'm not sure on that, but I have a tier list basically going out for the characters of House of the Dragon, and I put him in B because I thought he was just a solid like character, but he's just not anything crazy. Can't fix Arya of all people killing the Night King. Yeah, of course. You can't like unmake all the stupid decisions. You can't unmake Daenerys going crazy. Like, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. However, honestly, the fumbling of blood and cheese and removal of Maelor was a big red flag. Yeah, and that's why I criticized it a lot when that came out. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people gave that scene a lot of slack. I was not one of those people. I did see that getting cut, Joey. I don't understand why they would do that. It doesn't make much sense to me. Jay should have been the main character of season 2. Yeah, and that's why every time I predicted, you know, what his role was going to be in season 2, I talked about how he should be getting more screen time and he should be becoming more of the person in charge for this season, and they just didn't do that. Yes, Jesus, I am monetized on YouTube. I don't know, like, because I talked about this with JC or the Advocate. I don't know, like, if they changed like exactly what the rules are on getting like partnered, because when I did it, my channel, the thing was you had to get, I think, 500 subscribers, or maybe it was 1,000. I think it was 500 though. I think 500 was when you get monetized, and then you have to have a certain amount of watch hours, which wasn't hard because if you do live streams, it counts that watch time. So if you do a lot of live streams or you do longer videos, it's not hard to get watch time. But if you're doing a lot of shorts or shorter content, it is kind of harder to get to the watch time stuff. But I am monetized on YouTube. I don't know if you guys notice it much on like streams because I try to keep it like very low. I put it on conservative, which is the lowest like ads it'll send out by YouTube. So I don't know. Hey, that we didn't get an immediate reaction to Luke's death. If it's like if we didn't get an immediate fallout from Ned's beheading in Game of Thrones. I agree. That's something I kind of talked about as I was doing my rating of like episode 10 of season 1. Is that like it sets up the next season to go a certain way, and so you kind of have that expectation going into season 2, and then when they kind of do something different, it does feel a bit misleading. And so that's something that I do kind of criticize episode 10 of season 1, is that it kind of misled where we were going to go with events. So I don't know. When Jace dies, will the audience even care given how bad his character has been? Well, spoiler for everybody. I mean, I feel like if you're in the stream, you might not care, but I don't know. I don't think it's. I think it'll still be emotional because I think House of the Dragon seems to do this. Is they're gonna give Jace a lot more screen time, either the episode before his death or the episode during. Like, so they'll give him more screen time so that the death hits harder. They did it with Luke. Like, Luke didn't have much character development at all until episode 10, and that still was kind of effective. So you need 500 subs plus 3,000 watch hours to get super chats and memberships. You need 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours to get. Yeah. So yeah, they definitely changed it. When I was doing monetization stuff, when I hit 500 subs, I got ad revenue. So I think it's so stupid though, because YouTube actually puts ads on your videos even if you're not at that point. So YouTube just makes free money off of you. It's not a lot, of course, but it is kind of weird. Like, it's actually insane that YouTube does that. Reese, what do you think of this? If House of the Dragon wanted to do a tie-in Game of Thrones, they should have included Jace's Winterfell plot. Had his romance with Sarah Snow be true? Have him... Yeah, I agree. Like, if they wanted to connect it to Game of Thrones, why not have a northern plot line? The one plot line that would connect the most to Game of Thrones. I agree with you. I think that is kind of a... I think you're right on the money. JC, you're good, by the way. It's all right. It's all right. All right. You guys know what happens anyway. All right. So let's do this award. So this was actually very close. It was very close between Jace and Rhaenyra. So I do want to talk about this a little bit. For me personally, like, this was really kind of difficult to me because I think if I didn't have a bias towards like one character on this list, I mean, Corlys to me is a character that has the potential to be the best character in the show and continues to not get any screen time and having one setting. Like, think about Corlys in season 2. We only see him at this dock scene and like very rarely at the council meetings. Like, Corlys is just a frustrating character in this season because he doesn't go anywhere. He just stays the same. They don't address any of the issues that he might have. I don't know. And then Rhaenys was just underwhelming because the character didn't talk about anything that happens in episode 9. They act like it didn't happen. It didn't work that well. And so, yeah. Jace, we've kind of talked about that the most. And then Rhaenyra is a character that just didn't grow in this season. She has the most screen time probably of any character in House of the Dragon. And she didn't go anywhere, which is kind of crazy. So I feel like you guys know where I'm going with this. But for the most underwhelming character of season 2, the Grease Award goes to... Moment of, tension. Rhaenyra Targaryen, of course. I mean, the character just didn't go anywhere. This is my favorite character. They pretty much did nothing with her, and if anything, damaged her. Like, she kind of stays the same, but also gets damaged a bit because nothing truly happens with her character in terms of the whole story. But, yeah, and also you guys agreed as well. You gave the People's Grease Award to Rhaenyra Targaryen as well. So far, kind of on the same wavelength. I think this is the one where we're going to be probably different. Or maybe there'll be... I mean, this one was pretty divisive, like, as is. Like, Jace, it was pretty close to winning this. But the next Grease Award we have is the best new edition of Season 2. So, for you to qualify to be in this award, this had to be the first season that we saw you. Okay? So it can't be somebody that's like, oh, they were in season 1, but maybe they didn't like have that big of a role, and then they came to season 2, and then they had a bigger role. It really didn't happen with a lot of characters, now I'm thinking about that, but still. Best new edition of season 2. So I have the nominees as being Alan of Hull, Hugh Hammer, Dwayne Hightower, and Simon Strong. Those are the characters that I picked out that I thought were the best additions. House of the Dragon, Uncle Ruckus, I maybe you like Cregan, but we only got one scene with him. So, like, I don't think there's any chance I'd put him on here over characters like Adam or even Ulf or characters like that. But, yeah, some of you guys are not going to be happy that I didn't put Ulf on here, but I'm going to be honest, don't like Ulf. So, Maegor the Cruel just, he did what he's got to do. That's all I got to say. So, Alan. Who? and Simon. All right. So I'll be interested to see what you guys think about this, because I think all four of these characters really, really good in season 2. I'll be interested to see what you guys think. I think all of these are great. There is no wrong answer on this one, to my opinion. Like, Alan of Hull was a character that I was not expecting to get a lot of in this season, and so he, I think, was really good. I think he has the best scene of the finale. Just his dynamic with Corlys and even Adam, and kind of what we actually got with the character, when in terms of the dance, he's not even introduced until after like Rhaenys dies. That was really cool. I think Hugh is a huge improvement from the book. We literally, as well, with like Alan, don't get this character until the Dragon Seed stuff. And even then, we still don't get a lot of like his actual character even then. So huge improvement on the character of Hugh. Gwaine Hightower just kind of came out of nowhere, and became probably almost one of the spotlights of the Green Camp. One of my favorite scenes from him with like Alicent. I love the buddy cop thing we kind of basically have with Gwaine and Cole going on. Yeah, just one of those characters that just came out of nowhere. Then Simon Strong. Unfortunately for Simon, he is involved in the Daemon plotline, which is now, in my opinion, the worst plotline of season 2, outside of maybe Rhaena's plotline, where she goes the Vale. But Simon kind of holds up. You know, he's kind of like he's like the father figure for Daemon. Like he's like the little caretaker, and I do like that dynamic. But yeah, good shout for him too. But so far, you guys seem kind of split. I think Gwaine is winning as of right now for you guys, but Alan's close second. Simon's not getting any love. I think Alice Rivers, the reason I didn't put her on here is kind of the same effect of Simon Strong, but I think Alice is even worse because she's tied in directly to the Vision stuff, which ruined Daemon's character arc. So I don't discount Alice, but I think it puts her out of the running for being like my favorite. Oh God, Ultra. Daron obviously wins this award. You see him in the background in that one scene. Great addition. Actually, I actually didn't forget Adam. Adam was a character that I thought about putting on here. I originally had him on here, and then I put Simon instead. Now, that's personal bias because I like Simon Strong more. We get more screen time with Simon Strong. But I knew somebody was not going to like it. Also, Casper Oscar Tully will be in these awards. I won't tell you which one, but he will be on here. He will be. A lot of the ones kind of in this one also are involved in another award, but Oscar Tully is on here somewhere. Also, when I do my tier list, I made a goof up when I was talking about Oscar Tully when I was ranking him, and I said he was only in one episode. He was actually in 2. So that's just kind of a mess up. That's just a Grease Goblin mess up. Yeah, Cregan just had no screen time. He just can't be on here. It doesn't make sense. I'm biased, but Adam is my favorite from the dance. Yeah, I just don't think he's been developed enough in like season 2 to like put him above characters like Alan or Gwaine or Simon. I don't know. I just don't like Ulf Ghost. I just don't. He's just not a great one. He's just not my favorite. Jane Eyre was the best new addition to the show. She did so much for the plot. Yep. JC, yep. With a straight face, yep. Sorry, Dakota. You just got. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Since Grease is a little hater of the options given, I voted. Okay, I like that choice. Um, it seems like we got a lot of love for Adam. Maybe I should have put Adam on here, or is it just the pretty effect? Because Adam is a very attractive man. Maybe some of the crowd likes Adam much more because of that as well. Oh God, Dakota's picking sides. JC is Dakota's second favorite. Okay, I'll have to tell Ricky that. He'll like that. Cam, I almost did an award where I was like, favorite character that was missing from the show. I almost did it. Will you do a best of the new dragon? Ghost, I didn't do new dragon specifically. I just did like best dragon of the season. Ashley, see, here we go. Ashley proved my point. Ashley proved my point. Talking about Adam's jawline. Okay, you know what? Let's take it a step further. Have you seen Adam's abs? I'm just saying. Sunfire should be on here. Sunfire will be in another award. Don't worry. What about the phrase? Eric, you're pissing me off. Whoa. The phrase didn't even do anything. They had one scene. Oh, sorry, 2 scenes. They had 2 scenes where the Starks cross over. Andrew, you're not wrong. I like that award. He's the full package. I've seen it all great. Whoa. Ashley, that implies something that I don't want to know about. I agree, JC. I think C Smoke, liked what he saw. I don't even like, yeah. DJ, probably because they had 8 episodes and they didn't want to spend time developing a bunch of characters that are more minor. Yeah, you're right, Dakota. You're right. Ian, I definitely think so. Okay, you guys are not even getting close to seeing it all on stream, Dakota. You didn't even get close. What are we talking about? You do a Goodest Boy in the Realm award and nominate Sunfire and Cheese's dog. You know what's a crazy thing? I saw a theory that Hugh actually ate Cheese's dog. It's a really fucked theory, but I did see it. I mean, you see Hugh go to the dog, then they're eating some stuff afterwards. They're starving. It's a really bad theory to think about. But I mean, we don't see the dog after that point. Just saying. Matthew, did you actually write that in a stream? Because that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm just saying, we've not seen the dog after that moment. And there's still characters in King's Landing. Just saying. Yeah, I agree, DJ. They might combine a lot of battles and stuff like that. He better not. Oh my god, if that's true, I'll cry. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so let's hand out the Grease Award. I don't know why, I just like the sound of that. Let's hand out the Grease Award for Best New Edition of Season 2. Now, I'm going to start with the people's choice, because we differed on this. I chose someone that you guys did not. So the people's choice for the Grease Award is Gawain Hightower. Yeah, if you would have told me that was the case before the season, wouldn't have believed you. I'd have been like, wow, that's crazy. But you got to hand it to him. Okay? So that's the People's Grease Award. That's kind of like the minor league award. No, I'm joking. It's a legitimate award. I don't think it's the wrong choice, but I just have a different choice. So my choice for the Grease Award of Best New Edition is Alan of Hull. I personally love the actor that plays Alan. I think the performance was on spot. I love the character arc where it's like Alan holding everything in all season, and then he just explodes on Corlys. I was like, I liked it. I digged it. I was a fan of Alan. Now, part of that might be biased because I like the character of Alan in the source material. But man, he did a good job. I think Gawain Hightower, solid pick as well. I think all of these were solid picks. I don't think there's a wrong pick here. But yeah, Ashley's a little salty, that Adam's not on here, and Dakota's just salty when there isn't a fray in every award. So I only do what I can do. Because, I mean, I'm telling you right now, Dakota, you are going to be pissed on the next category. You are going to be absolutely pissed. But, yeah. Handing out some grease to Gawain. That's right. He deserved it. Yes, they did, Ryan. Gawain's the goat. Once again, Grease says our opinion. Whoa. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing like that. Hi, PK. How are you? Yeah, out of context, Cam, that doesn't sound a little sus. Reese's team, Alan. Whoa, why is everybody always trying to split up me and Ashley? Every time. People try. Me and Ashley, we're goats here. We've been in this community for too long. You can't separate us like that, JC. It was a good try. We just like, one of us likes one hole and the other one likes another hole. We're just team hole. That sounds so weird when you think about it. We're team hole. What about the Weirwood tree at Harrenhal? No, don't even start. Don't even start. Simon the Icon, agreed. Wayne has the most charisma. He does got a lot of charisma. Whoa, Dakota. See, this is where we're departing. You're trying to court Ashley. I am just saying that Ashley is my GOAT mod. And we're like this. Whoa, Ashley, I didn't commit no treasons. I committed no treasons. No treasons here. Which category are we on right now? Okay, so let's introduce the next category. The next category. This is also controversial because some people have their own stuff that they like. Take that as you will. So I have number 4, the best scene of House of the Dragon Season 2. This is a big one. Let's go through the nominees, and I'll type them out a little bit, and we'll get there. So I didn't know how to do this one, but I said, like, Rook's Rest, like the dragon fight, and then Rhaenys' death. Like, that whole continued shot, more or less. So that is number 1. Number 2, and this is a personal favorite. It's not... it might not win the award. It may win the... I don't know. But I did like episode 1, Jason Rhaenyra. Their, like, embrace about Luke's death and the acting and all that stuff. That is one. I did like that. I thought that was a good one. I also had the Cargill fights, or fight, I don't know why I said fights, from episode 2. And that kind of continues also to his death, kind of like the Rook's Rest stuff did. And then the last one, I have Otto's dismissal by Aegon. Those are your candidates for the best scene of season 2. There might be other really good ones that you guys like as well. But that's the 4 that I chose personally. So you're going to have to just live with it. So we'll just put Rook's Rest Dragon Battle / Ring Death. My God, I exceeded the character. Well, that's wild. Okay. Otto dismiss. I think I spelled that wrong, but oh well. Luke. What was the last one? Oh yeah, the Cargill fight. Cargo. All right. Oh, hold on. I have too many. You guys get the point. But yeah, I think. What is going on? What? I just put embrace. That work? Okay, YouTube is being stupid on the poll, not letting me type out what I want to type out. Okay. This is a huge one? Yeah, it's a big one. This is a big... Okay, guys. People saying Cregan opening scene, you are lost. I don't know where you are, but you're lost. It's not. It's not. You guys got to stop fangirling over Cregan Stark. The character showed up once the entire season. Once. For once, I'm on the Dakota train. The Starks don't matter in this season. No. Just no. No. I like the scene where Rhaena didn't get Sheep Stealer. Personal favorite of mine as well. Otto's firing. Okay. Mayhaps. Dakota likes the scene where Jace meets Samantha Frey at the Twins. Yep. Dakota, I'm always Team Grease. That's right. I think Alan only stood out to me in episode 8. He was kind of forgettable in the previous scenes, though. Fair enough. To me, I always enjoyed him on screen. I wish we got more. I wanted a craving. I love designs of all the dragons you saw. I was happy to see all the dragons that we have seen before. Of course. I did a lot. I did like the... it's good to look at some dragons, every once in a while. You forgot Allison telling Aegon to do nothing, and also Baela. So, PK, I originally had Baela talking to Corlys, but I wanted to limit it down to 4. I have only one category that I break that rule, but I wanted to limit it to 4. And I thought the Baela to Corlys one, in the grand scheme of it, is probably like the weakest of those like 5 or whatever. And then the Alicent Aegon one, I didn't want to include 2 Aegon ones. I mean, technically he's in one, but the other one's more about like Aemond and Rhaenys. But I guess Rhaenyra is part of the Cargill fight as well, but she's not like the main. You have honorable mentions in mind? If you actually want honorable mentions, it literally would be the ones PK talked about, like Aegon and Alicent before he goes off to battle, and then Baela and Corlys would be the main one. Would be my one there. Daemon and his mother scene. Oh no. Yeah, I take out all the Daemon visions because they don't amount to anything. Oh, Alicent swimming. Oh boy. I see a lot of art of okay. Well, I mean, you know what? People like to do what they want to do, man. I teared up in the Jason Rhaenyra scene. Otto scene was amazing, but the dragon fight was really epic, though. Yeah, that's the problem you run into. You got epic scenes and you got good dialogue stuff. What are you gonna pick? Aegon and Sunfire embracing was the sweetest moment of the season. Oh no. Ashley, I know you like your Rhaenys. Unfortunately, they butchered her character. But yeah. What are we doing in the poll right now? Poll. Oh, I was not expecting this. Or no, I guess I was expecting that. Yeah, this is about what I expected, to be honest. Never mind. You guys are very predictable, I think. Yeah, you're right, Violet. You're right. Right. Jace is extremely annoying. I agree. Last 2 episodes, kind of annoying. Deep Sealer is not ugly. Take it back. Okay. I picked the scene where the Lannisters decides his army will stay at this one dude's place. Yep. And then never see them again. Well, we do at the very end, but that's one of those scenes that definitely feels like you can feel that they cut 2 episodes. Yeah, the only problem, though, like JC, is that Otto is only in 2 episodes. Well, he's technically in 3 because of the finale, but like he's a character that it's so unfortunate. And I talked about this when I was trying to figure out how to rank Otto in my tier list. It's like 2 episodes he's in, he's fantastic. And the really thing that makes it so impactful is like when he leaves, you feel that void. You feel that hole there, that Otto's not there. And so, yeah, it's a tough one. Like I was even thinking about like best character, because there is, I think, just a straight up best character award. And I thought about putting Otto on it, but it's like he's only in it for 2 episodes. You can't say he's the best character of the season if he's only in 2 episodes. That's another good shout out, PK, is like Rhaenyra and Daemon's talking episode 2. That was a good moment as well. I like that one. What stuff from last season do you not like about Rhaenys besides killing the small folk? So there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff at the end of episodes. I don't like how they handled the Stepstones battle, how Daemon wraps that up. Didn't like how Joffrey was killed at the wedding, and there was no repercussions to that with Criston Cole. I think the time skips hurt certain parts of the show, like Harwin Strong and Rhaenyra's relationship feels out of left field when you come back to it in episode 6 because it wasn't built up to it at all. You only even see Harwin Strong in like 3 scenes? 3 scenes in the first 5 episodes? There's one at the wedding feast. There's one with Rhaenyra and Daemon when they're going on their little nighttime journey. And then there's one, I believe, when Rhaenyra comes back to like the camp after she kills the boar. So there's a lot of stuff like that. I think the Green Council isn't handled that well. I don't think that, like, I think episode 9 is one of the weakest episodes of season 1, which is crazy given it's like the episode where all the shit's supposed to go down. I don't love the way Alicent is kind of handled in episode 9. Like, she seems to take a lot of backward steps from where we were building to. And I didn't even like the idea of like, oh, it's a race to find Aegon. It just felt weird. It's like you're both trying to crown Aegon, but you both want to get there differently. It also feels weird that nobody is watching the king, so we don't know where he is. We don't know where the heir to the throne is. There's a lot of problems I have with episode 9, but I don't know. It's a lot of stuff like that. It's like, it's things that happen at the end of episodes. And even episode 10, like now that we've gotten season 2, feels really weird because it doesn't, like, if you watch the end of episode 1 now, or not episode 1, the end of season 1, and then you go into season 2, it feels really weird because I did that basically just going through images. So I basically like rewatched the episodes. It feels really weird, like where season 1 leaves off and then how like season 2 plays out. Otto is the best part of the Greens, I thought. I think Huey's the best part of the Greens, like, in outside of Aegon early this season and like the back half of next season. I think Alicent is the best character of the Greens up until the very end of episode 8. Arwen Broken Bones. Good one, Ruckus. My favorite episode of the last season was episode 6. Really? PK, let me know, like, why did you like that episode so much? Because I actually ranked, of all the episodes in episode 1, because I actually, like, went back, did some research on what I initially thought about House of the Dragon when I did my, like, reviews, and I had it all, like, plotted out. Like, I went back to when I was reviewing the episodes, and I had them all, like, listed down for my finale review. And then I kind of went back and looked at them, like, looked at, like, the plot synopsis and all that stuff. Episode 6 to me is a weird one. It's a very big, like, exposition episode and setup episode. So I'd be very interested to see why you like that one so much. Everything with the Velaryons felt so half-hearted. Like, you can tell how much importance they're supposed to be in the story, but the writers don't seem to care about them. Agreed. One of the reasons I actually like episode 5 a lot outside of that last moment that happens, because it's mainly like a Velaryon episode that just never happens again. I guess the closest other time is episode 2. Like, they get a decent focus because they're trying to marry Laena to Viserys, but Aegon is the best green character. I think in season 2 he's the best green character. I'd say season 1 Alicent's the best green character, but I don't know. Season took a massive hit when Otto left. I have no idea why they didn't include more scenes with him. I agree. Like, even after he leaves King's Landing, why not give him more of a plot line? It's just so weird to me that you just have him end up at the end of the season and he's in prison. It happened off screen. Nothing was shown of it. Like, it seems like this big mystery, like what happened to Otto, but then it just didn't go anywhere. So it was just really weird. All right. So let's give out the award. And we are, I think, of one in this one. But the best scene of House of the Dragon Season 2, the Grease Award, and the People's Choice Award, or the Grease Award, goes to Otto's dismissal. I agree. I think it's one of the best, like, acted and or emotional scenes, in my opinion. And, yeah, I think this one deserved it. But let's move on to maybe something a little bit more spicy. So, of course, like I said, when we do positive things, we're also sometimes going to also do negative things. So, this one was specifically made by Grease the Cruel, and this is one that I hope Ander likes. What is the worst season of House of the Dragon Season 2? I had a couple nominations. There's a couple in here. So, first one, we have Alicent and Rhaenyra's meeting the second time. The fact that I have to say second time, actually insane. The number 2 one I had is Daemon's Visions. So basically that in episode 8. So 2 of them from episode 8. Not a great one. Alicent and Rhaenyra's first meet up in episode 3. And then Rhaenyra's face off with Aemond in episode 7. So this one is, I guess, the most, like, one where you either agree or don't agree. Because I got a lot of hate or, like, flack for the Rhaenyra. I don't like the Rhaenyra face off with Aemond. It feels cheap just to have some sort of face off. But then logically it doesn't make any sense because Rhaenyra has all these dragons and doesn't attack Aemond. Then people are like, well, they're new riders, so it doesn't matter. These dragons have been in, a lot of them have been in at least wars. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. As long as they can face the direction of the dragon and go, look, that way. And guess what? If their rider is in danger, their dragon has that connection to know, oh, look, let's go into self-defense mode and not just let my rider die. Same idea with, for instance, Aemon and Vhagar, when Vhagar basically kills Luke when Aemon didn't want that to happen. Dragons can kind of do their own stuff sometimes. Same idea with Sea Smoke. Goes to Adam instead of, Sir Stefan. Like, I don't know. That's a whole different point. But this is for the worst season of House of the Dragon season 2. There might be other ones. There might be some ones in here that you guys might like. But I don't know. Worst scene. So not episode. Worst scene. Hot D. 2. And then Daemon's Visions. I'm gonna put Alicent meeting 1. Alicent meeting 2. You guys get the point. I don't need to type it out all the way for you guys. You guys get it. And then Rhaenyra face off. There you go, lads. There you go. I don't think, yeah, I agree, Andrew. I didn't like the Tylan stuff that much in episode 8, but I don't think it was on the level, like, of the bad of the other ones. I thought a lot happened in episode 6, Laena and Harwin's death, and getting to see where all these characters are up to. It seems Lyanna strong, and so much stuff just happens. So my thing with, like, Laena and Harwin's deaths is I think Laena's death, the way it was executed in the show, like, I remember even when I reviewed it, it just felt a little weird. Like, it just felt weird. Like, Laena, this pregnant woman that is struggling with childbirth, has enough strength to walk all the way outside to then let her dragon burn her. It was kind of weird, and it still, in my opinion, feels weird to me. It kind of takes away from the tragedy of her death, and the way it kind of reflects Viserys and Aemma, where Daemon doesn't go forward and try to cut her open and get the child. And then Harwin's death just feels weird because Harwin's barely a character. Like, you only see him really have any type of characterization in one episode. So, like, it could have been a death that if we had 12 episodes in the season, I think would have, like, hit harder. But I don't know. It's like a lot of stuff just happens. Like, you have the big time skip where you have Rhaenyra coming back and, she giving birth at the beginning of the episode and her relationship with Laenor. And, you got to look at her relationship, how it's deteriorated with Alicent, and Rhaenyra trying to make a peace with Alicent. And just a lot of stuff happens in that episode. And it just, like, it feels overwhelming. Like, if I was a casual viewer, I didn't know the source material at all, I feel like that episode is very overwhelming. Like, they just throw a lot of stuff at you and they do it very quickly. But I don't know. Off-screen events seem to be a trend this season. Yeah. I mean, the fact that Hugh's daughter dies off-screen is just insane. Like, that is a crucial character moment, and you didn't do it on screen. It's like things like that, like, in the grand scope of things, doesn't seem like a big thing, but it's just a lot of those things build up in this season, and it's really, really weird to me. They do that sometimes. I don't know. I agree, Steffi. I think it's really weird that they did that with Harwin. Like, Lionel, I think, to me, was probably the most underrated character of season 1. Like, I didn't do, like, an award show, quote unquote, for season 1, but he would have been the person I think that would have gotten probably the award for most surprising character of the show. and also the most, like, I guess, underused or underappreciated type. Joey, I think, just trying to make him more, like, complex. Grease the Cruel is here. Scatter. It is known, Violet. It is known. That would be cool if we got to see Unwin peak. That'd be cool. Also, season 1, episode 9, they were racing to find Aegon because Otto would have forced Aegon to kill Rhaenyra. How would he have done that, though? Like that's the thing. It's like Otto gets to Aegon first. Alicent also would have been able to talk to him some point. Like, same logic applies if Alicent finds Aegon first as well. Like, the whole idea that, oh, Aegon would have been forced to kill Rhaenyra, it's like, how? Like, how? I just don't get that part of it. I don't know. PK, I'm glad you like both the Rhaenyra and Alicent scenes. I am not a fan. I might be biased because it was the most recent, but I think the second meeting was the worst. No sound? I don't know if there is a sound problem or something like that, but I think the second meeting was definitely worse than the first meeting. I agree. It just basically completely butchered Alicent's character. His death is horrible. One of the biggest red flags of season 1. I agree. I don't think it was handled that well. Are you guys good on sound or no? Season 1 with 13 episodes, season 2 with 10 episodes, plus the ability to do rewrites would be fucking awesome. I agree, Jacob. I think it really would have helped. We would have had more episodes with season 1. I agree, Ashley. I think Sarah Hess should not be in a position of writing for anything about this show. Yeah, let Soup Lord write the show. I don't know. I think the whole writing team of House of the Dragon just needs to be reevaluated. I mean, they're just making so many questionable decisions. It's like, it makes me think like, okay, thing like the Daemon's vision thing and how it's executed. Are you really telling me that nobody looked over this and went, hey, wait a minute, guys, if we just look at normal storytelling, Daemon doesn't have a payoff to everything we've done the whole season because we're giving him this vision. So how do we circumvent that? Right? Well, okay, let's have, before we do that scene with the vision stuff, let's say we keep that scene. Let's do, Daemon telling, Alfred Brune, we're not doing that. Rhaenyra is going to be the queen, and let's have that happen, like right after he gets the vision with Viserys. So he's even more like, okay, remembering Viserys, and he's going to, try and back who Viserys wanted to be the queen and be his heir. And everything that's been leading up to this season. Okay, let's do all that. So now we have that Daemon has become a solidified position, that he's grown and trying to identify himself, that he's had some sort of character arc that has legitimately fulfilled. Okay. Then we have this vision on top of it to show that there is some sort of bigger picture to Daemon as well. So it doesn't break that character because we've already kind of gone through and we've actually established that Daemon has changed from episode 3 or the beginning of the season to now. And we can still have that scene. Even though I don't agree with that scene, in that way, it's more digestible. It feels better for the character of Daemon because he actually had some sort of conclusion to his arc. And so when he kneels to Rhaenyra, it's not based upon just the scene he just saw. It's based upon everything that's happened throughout the season. So, like, that simply, you could have fixed that. By taking the scenes they already had. You just simply fix it. And so I look at stuff like that, and it's like, you can't tell me that this is not being, like, looked at. The script's not being looked at and gone, yeah, this is how we easily fix that problem. I don't know. Like, I just don't know how it's not that hard. It's not that hard to look at a script and go, man, let's question that. Like, what? How do we get to where we want to get to in a way that makes sense? Yes, all you guys get into the writer's room of House of Dragon. Yeah, Joey, you can't use the writer's strike was the problem with the show. Like, that just is not the case. This should have, for the most part, they should have had a plan from season 1 to season 2. Now, regardless of the episodes getting cut, okay, that's going to affect some stuff. But this was still plot lines that you wrote down, that you wanted Alicent Rhaenyra to meet twice, that you wanted, and think about that, right? I mean, just think about this. If they were going to have, so spoilers, this is a spoiler for what's going to happen in House of the Dragon. Think about if they were going to have the Fall of King's Landing happen in this season. They were going to have Rhaenyra meet Alicent 3 times in one season. Think about that. That's crazy. Really crazy. All right, so let's move on. But we have the worst scene of House of the Dragon season 2. So I will give mine first, then I will do your guys's because we actually did disagree. So for me, the worst season of House of Dragon season 2 goes to Rhys Award, goes to Daemon's Visions. Again, it single-handedly just took the best plot line of season 2 and just threw it in the garbage. I just talked about, I kind of went on a big rant of why it was dumb, didn't make any sense. But the People's Grease Award went to Alicent Rhaenyra's second meeting. Yeah, basically just rehashed everything from the first meeting, so I understand why you guys say it. And it also completely butchered Alicent's character as well, so yeah, I don't blame you. I think those were the 2 worst scenes, so if you didn't pick that one, you picked the other one. So yeah, I think you guys were right on that. But I mean, think about it like this. 60% of the chat said just Alicent's meetings in general. Kinda crazy. Kinda crazy. All right, moving on. We need to do the best character of season 2. Now, this one I think is pretty obvious. I'm not even going to do a poll for this one. I'm just going to tell you the nominees, and we're just going to go on from there because, let's be honest, this one was not going to be any different. So, the best character of season 2, and the Grease Award is going to go to Aegon Targaryen. I mean, I could give you the nominees. The nominees I had down were Aemond, Larys, and Alan of Hull. I don't think there were a lot of options for best character of season 2. Obviously, it was Aegon. I wasn't going to give you guys like an option for this one, but yeah. Let's move on to number 7, which is our 7th award. And this one's an interesting one. I think this one kind of is almost a little bit of a rehash of what we did earlier, but this is the most surprising performance. So this is the performance you did not expect going into the season that you were going to get. So whether that's a character that is, you know, more minor, or this is a character that you just didn't expect to get screen time. So I had the nominees being Baela. Again, I was not expecting to really like her performance in season 2. They did a pretty good job with her. Gwaine Hightower is on here again. I have Oscar Tully. He does a really good job, even though I don't like kind of the stuff around his performance. And then Alan of Hull once again, because I'm a big Alan of Hull guy. So we'll see. So let's see what you guys have for this one. And capitalize. So we have Gwaine, Baela, Oscar. Get Alan again. Okay, so I'm going to put this poll in there. Talk amongst yourself. I got to go to the bathroom real quick because I've been drinking too much water today. So, put your votes in. By the time I get back down, I want a clear vote. No ties. I want clear vote. You guys like looking at banners? Okay, do we have? Oh my! Oh, this is a surprising. This is surprising. This is very so. This is surprising. This is very surprising. Okay, all right. Olivia Cook is a national treasure, and I could never hate or even dislike Alicent. Olivia Cook, great. She does a fantastic performance of Alicent, but unfortunately, the writers just destroyed her character. You know, you guys are very divided on this. This is very decided. Just no, don't tie it up. Don't tie it up. It's getting very close though. It's getting very close. Matthew, Bela is definitely an attractive lady. Bethany, who plays Bela, very attractive woman. All right. You know, I'll give you guys an extra minute. I'll give you guys till 7:01. Try and tie it up. It's pretty close right now. It's pretty close. I'm not gonna get in between democracy. Okay, I'm not gonna assert my dominance and just I don't know. Giving you guys 7:01 is hit. We're ending the poll. So the most surprising performance, the Grease Award from me, I gave it to Gwen Hightower. Now, the People's Grease Award was close. It was the closest we've had so far. Goes to Oscar Tully. I was shocked as anybody on this one. I was shocked. I did not expect you guys to vote Oscar Tully. Hey, I don't mind it. I do not mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So, that's going to move us on to another negative one. Another negative topic. Here we go, guys. Who is the worst character of season 2? So, we have a couple nominees. We've talked about a lot of them. We've got Daemon Targaryen. We've got Alicent Hightower. You've got Rhaenyra Targaryen. And lastly, just because I didn't know who was going to compete with those three, I threw in Rhaena because her plot didn't go anywhere either, and we got a lot of filler scenes with this character. I just was not a fan. So, worst character of season 2. This is one you don't want to win. This is one you do not want to win. What? Two people, hi. Oh, God. Whoa, Dakota, don't tell Millie. Millie doesn't got enough. Well, you know what, Millie? You know what? Okay. Fine. Bela and Rhaenyra probably like each other. It's fine. No, don't tell Millie. Don't be doing that. Nah, I'm a big fan of Jason Bela scenes. More Bela. Give us more. I want more Bela scenes. And she's also someone that's red fire and blood. That gives her brownie points, just in general. Okay? We like Bela. We are Bela stans around. Agreed, Violet. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I liked Oscar's performance. I like what they gave the character, but at the same time, I don't like its implications on Daemon. So it's kind of weird. Ooh, Soup Lord thinks Helaena. I don't think Helaena was that bad. I mean, I think she's maybe in the running, but I don't think she's, like, in there. Whoa. Dakota, I didn't put Ulf in here. I didn't do nothing. Because I know people like... So I didn't throw him in here. I was really disappointed with Rhaenyra this season. Yep, I agree. Euron? That's an argument. You know, I can't argue with that, you know? I feel like I can't argue with anybody that says Alicent, Rhaenyra, or Daemon. Oh, okay. Smash, marry, kill. Millie, Olivia, and Bethany. Okay, here we go. This is interesting. Okay. So, obviously, the Mary is going to be Millie. Because she's my age. She's literally exactly my age and off by like 2 months. And she's just like infinitely more attractive than both of the other women. And she seems like she has a great personality. So, I didn't make a YouTube short on Valentine's Day for for no reason, okay? So Millie is married. This is where it gets interesting. Not really. Olivia, unfortunately, is a dirty green. Okay? She is a dirty green. She is, unfortunately, she's getting killed. Dead. Bam. Okay? And smash Bethany. I think that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Matthew. I gotta love. What are we doing? We're ending stream. Oh my god. What? No shot. There's no universe. You know, Doctor Strange doing his timeline, doing all his timelines. There's no universe where you said kill Millie. There is not a single universe in which that is a possibility. You are just wrong. Okay, you guys are trolling just to be cool now. You're trolling just to be trolls. Ooh. Coda, that's a tough one. That's a tough. The next one you did, that's a tough one. I think I'd switch Bethany and Natalie. So you're not making this fun because Millie is just always going to be in the same spot. So it's not like fun. Well, Ashley, you left out kill. So who are you killing? Bane. I don't even know what the pretext of that is, but Bane. Bane's cool. I like Bane. Ash, oh, I'll do this one too. Okay, so we got Damon. Okay, so Jace or Mary. Okay, because he's the most sane of the three. Okay. So, you know, established relationship with Jace would be okay. So, we then have smash between Damon and Aemond. So, I think Aemond is probably into some kinky stuff. I don't like that. I feel like he would be kind of like, I'd be scared. So we're going to go Damon smash, and then pass has got to be Aemond. I mean, that's just, I don't know. He's also a dirty green. Nobody. I'm taking an extra smash. Oh, God. That's fine. I like both Banes, Dakota. I like both. All right. So, the people have spoken. I'm actually kind of surprised by this one, too. So, for me, the worst character of House of the Dragon Season 2, the Grease Award goes to Daemon Targaryen. It was just pretty obvious. I mean, he goes from having the best plot line to the worst plot line in literally one scene. Completely broke his character. He literally cannot be solved from here on out. I mean, neither can Alicent, but Daemon's one just hurts more because he's not a dirty green. And yeah, but the people's choice for the, you know, the green or the Grease Award was Alicent Hightower. I can't hate on that too. You know, putting a dirty green as the worst character of season 2, I'm completely fine with that. Yeah, I like it. I like the choices so far. You haven't had like any egregious ones. And I think it's because I've given you guys good options for the most part, but I don't know. All right, let's do all. Well, Ghost, here's the problem, right? Book Rhaenyra is not a real person. So we're going to kill Book Rhaenyra. Oh, this one hurts so much. Hold on, I got to think about that one. Okay, how old is Emilia Clarke? We got to do some research. Emilia Clarke is only 37. I'm 24. It's only a 13-year difference. But if she dies way before me, then I'm going to be lonely for like 10 years or so. But Emilia Clarke seems to be a pretty healthy... No, she did have the brain... So, there... I say... It was a debate. I almost got wavered off. But we're still marrying Millie, and then we're smashing Emilia Clarke. Here you go. Alright, you guys, like... trying to do something, and then you guys got me all messed up. Alright, here we go. Best episode of Season 2. And the nominees read as Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 4. No, wait. 1, 2, 4, and 6. There we go. 1, 2, 4, and 6. Got distracted by typing. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 4. I know there's some like episode 7 lovers in there, but for you guys, sorry. Sorry, it's not an option. Not today. Not today. No. Don't be talking shit on Book Rhaenyra. I see you guys talking shit on Book Rhaenyra. Book Rhaenyra just isn't a real person. You did real people with Book Rhaenyra. That doesn't work. I agree, Ruckus. Stannis is pretty relatable. Ah, Steffi, Daemon's gone. He's completely gone. Like, I don't hate the Mary Emilia Clarkes here, but like, yeah, I'm thinking ahead. You guys are thinking too much short term. You're thinking too short term. You got to think long term. Now, the one thing that you have got going if you go Emilia Clarke is, well, she's kind of already aged a bit, and she still looks fantastic. So, I mean, you know, like, I don't know. That's not even what it's about, but like, I don't know. I know, Ashley. Dakota's getting dirty. I don't like it. I'd hate to see your DMs, Ashley. I'd hate to see them. Dakota's got to be all I got to say. I agree, Steffi. I agree. I'm a big episode 2 guy. Ander, no shot. There's no shot. There's no shot. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, attractive lady, but Ander, I mean, Emilia Clarke. It's just different. Who would you rather build? Oh, it's going to be Tony Stark easily. I mean, Bruce, you know, like, like, I mean, Tony Stark's got way better stuff. Dooku. You chickened out. Ashley can be very intimidating. I get that. I get that. All right, so it seems pretty clear. Pretty clear. Oh, actually, it's not. It's actually pretty close. Nobody voted for episode 6. Only one person, it seems like, voted for episode 1. Okay. All right. So here we go. The best episode of season 2. Grease Award goes to episode 2. And also, the People's Grease Award also went to episode 2. I'm glad we're, you know, in the same wavelength. But you know, we can't always be positive. Can't always be positive. So now, we've got to do the worst episode of season 2. I feel like this one's pretty obvious. Like, if you don't get the right answer for this one, I just don't know what to tell you. Like, even if you liked this season a lot, like, there's a clear answer to this one. I don't know. So here we go. The nominees for this one are episode 3, episode 5, episode 7. It's not going to be episode 7 because we're very divided on episode 7, and episode 8. It's pretty obvious. Okay, wait. So let's go back to this super suit thing. Are we talking in terms of like how powerful it's going to be or how it's going to look? Because if we're going looks-wise, like Edna or Bruce Wayne are probably better options, but Tony Stark's suits like straight up give you like powers. So, don't know. Oh, Ander, that's a tough one. God damn. Oh, I don't think there's a good answer to that. I don't think there's a good answer to that question. Like, Lysa Tully would kill me at some point. No matter what I did, Lysa would try to kill me at some point. So I think Lysa's got to be killed. Like, no, I don't even know. Well, maybe I don't have to marry Lysa. Oh, dude, that's a tough. I'm not answering that question. That question's a lose-lose. There is a complete lose-lose. That is a lose situation. Like if I was gonna answer it, I would probably agree with Matthew. Like that seems like the best route of attack, but man, it's not a good one. It is not a good one. The Dark Knight suit. Hi, Maz. How are you? Oh my God, it's the Batman. It's the Bat. Episode 5 is the worst because I can't rewatch the writing in episode 8 has massive issues, but at least acting is good. I can still rewatch it. To me, episode 5 is a little bit too hated. It's just filler. It's just a filler setup episode. That's all it is. It's not anything jarringly bad. It's just like, it set up episode 6 to be good. That's kind of what it is. But, I mean, episode 5, it's the reactionary episode to Rook's Rest. So you kind of got the stuff of King's Landing, how they're reacting to that. You have Aemon taking power. You got the Blacks reacting into it. So you've got some like scenes with Baela and Rhaena, or not Baela and Baela and Rhaenyra, and Baela with Corlys, and you got some stuff in there. You got, Daemon tripping on LSD and, messing around with his mom, and, episode 3, I think, is like debatably better than episode 5, but not really, because episode 3 has like the stupid Alistair and Rhaenyra thing at the end of the episode. Like outside of that moment, that episode's good. Just, I don't know. Supler, see, I disagree. I think we get a lot of that stuff in episode 6, which is kind of why I like episodes. All right, it's pretty overwhelming on which is the worst episode. So here we go. The Grease Award for the worst episode, season 2, is episode 8. And it's also the people's choice for the Grease Award as well. So we're once again kind of in the same boat. So I then put in this one, and I think this one's a tough one because if you're a book reader, none of these are really shocking to you. But I did decide to do a category for most shocking moment of season 2. Now, the nominees that I had for the moments are, of course, Blood and Cheese. Got to be up there. I had Eric killing himself and/or the Eric duel, more or less. I had Rhaenys' death and Hugh claiming Vermithor. Those were the 4 I had up there. Maybe there's different ones. Oh yeah. So let's see. A shocking best type. And I said best because there can be shocking things that are bad. So I didn't put that in there. But whatever. Cargill fight. I could also put this as tragic, like surprising but tragic type thing. I don't know. What was the other one I had? And few claims. So go ahead and vote on this one. I don't even know which one you guys are gonna pick. I think this one could be all over the place. I agree about it. The stuff with Daemon is pretty bad in that episode. Have you watched Deadpool and Wolverine? And if you have, which I have actually watched it twice in theaters, great movie. Best Marvel movie probably since Endgame. I personally love Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. That's what got me kind of into superhero stuff, along with Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I was somebody that was not somebody that was like new to Marvel when like Iron Man came out. I had watched all the X-Men films. I had watched Spider-Man films. I was like already kind of a big superhero like fan at that time, and so watching that character come back, I love the journey that Wolverine goes through. I love Deadpool as well. Deadpool is one of my favorite like hero, or I guess kind of like anti-heroes. Even before like their movies came out, I just loved the character from kind of like the comics and stuff. But yeah, I do take 2 of my favorite heroes, put them together, Great movie. I love the movie. It was one of the only Marvel movies in like the last like I don't know couple years that was actually funny. Like some of these movies, like Thor: Love and Thunder, have tried to be funny and they're not funny at all. So I really liked the movie. I really liked it. I watched it twice. It has a great soundtrack as well. What is going on now? What is going on? What is going on here? Ashley, what is going on? What did you corral? Guys, we got to keep it in our pants in chat right now. It feels insincere to try to answer as a book reader. Agreed. Like, if you're going off of the book, if this was purely off of Fire and Blood, my answer would be Blood and Cheese. But based upon it not being the book, my answer is different. Name one shocking thing is bad. I am shocked that not only did they do Alicent and Rhaenyra meeting once, but did it twice. I am shocked to my core that that was a thing that happened. There you go. That is bad. I have not wanted to watch one of those shows, so I'll say Breaking Bad. I have not seen the show Rome or Ander. Not a big fan of Rome in general. I don't know. That's maybe why, but I may have to check it out, Ander. I don't know. We'll see. I agree. It was great across the board. Yep. All right, I was jerking it out an open window. Of course, Dakota. Of course. Maz, we love to see it. We love to see it getting on the gym playlist. Love to. Rhaenyra and Mizaria's kiss was shockingly bad. Yeah, I didn't have a huge problem with that, but I know a lot of people did, but it didn't go anywhere. That's my problem with it. They built up to it in episode 6, and then it didn't really go anywhere, and they barely built up to it, so I don't know. I'm in the more minority of people that didn't think Deadpool 3 was great. Meta multiverse stuff doesn't tickle my fancy. Need more earnest movies coming out. Yeah, that's fair. But my thing though is like I think Deadpool is an acquired taste. Like you're either gonna like the Deadpool type of humor, Ryan Reynolds humor, or you're not. And so it works for some people. It doesn't work for other. Like I had another one of my friends that's been on the channel before. We went to see the movie with him for his first time, and me and my other friend had already watched it twice or once, but now it was the second time. And yeah, he didn't like it that much either. I'm surprised people aren't choosing Rook's Rest. I really didn't expect the battle to be that big and Meleys and Rhaenys to die and Aegon and Sunfire to almost die. It might be because I didn't like specifically say Aegon's thing too. I don't know. How often do you think about the Roman Empire, Greece? Violet, I very rarely think about the Roman Empire. Unless it's like my friend is a huge Roman like history fan, all that, and he talks about Rome all the time, and we give him shit for it because it's just like there's enough Rome, all right? So, I don't know. To me, I don't think about the Roman Empire very often. Like, unless somebody else is talking about Rome, I don't think about Rome at all. Nice to hear you loved it. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. The last MCU movie I really enjoyed was Shang-Chi. I hope I will really like this one. I'm also a big Wolverine fan. Yeah, you're on. You will love it. In terms of like, it is like this is the perfect way of describing it. You're on. So I didn't like No Way Home because it had a lot of logical issues of how we got to certain parts of the movie. Deadpool and Wolverine feels like to me what No Way Home and Doctor Strange, the last one that came out, should have been. It's like a combination of both of those movies and done correctly. So. Ruckus, I don't do casting questions. Last Marvel movie I really enjoyed was in Infinity War. Didn't even like Endgame that much. Yeah, I liked Endgame. I know it has like logistical problems and all that stuff, but I think it really was just a fan service movie that was earned. Like it was so much been set up through, countless years. I was okay with it being kind of a fan servicey movie. I was completely okay. So I won't talk about spoilers because I know people haven't seen it yet, but it is interesting to like think about the Logan movie and then how Wolverine's in the next Marvel or like Deadpool movie. Kind of interesting to think about like how do people like react to how those events go down, but like how they bring about Wolverine being back in, the MCU more or less. Heard from Ander or others that Deadpool and Wolverine is very random and confusing. I actually disagree. In terms of multiverse movies, I think it's pretty straightforward. I don't know, like it seems to almost slow down to tell you like exactly what's going on. So I don't know why that'd be the case. Maybe it helps because I watched Loki season 1. Watching Loki season 1 and probably even season 2, like I haven't watched season 2, but I watched season 1, so I know kind of where they were going with it. So that probably helps me understand the movie, but I don't know. I agree, PK. I think Endgame, and this is a hot take, I think Endgame should have ended the MCU. I think the MCU should have ended at Endgame. It's kind of the classic thing where it's like, when does something go on for too long? And I think Endgame was the natural ending point. It was the natural ending point of the MCU, and they kept going for money. And X-Men First Class is a very good movie. I agree. I think X-Men Days of Future Past is a fantastic movie. It's probably my favorite X-Men movie in general. I don't know, though. I don't know. So, we're going to go back to our awards, and the Cargill fight won the People's Grease Award, and it also won my Grease Award as well. So the most shocking moment went to basically Eric killing himself or the Cargill fight as a whole. I thought it was the most shocking or kind of a shocking plus emotional value to me that worked. But yeah, so we have kind of another one that is like a best supporting character type award. And it kind of feels almost samey, honestly, compared to like some of the other awards we've done, because it has a lot of the same people in it. But this is the best character for a supporting type of role. So think about it in that direction. But I had the characters being Gawain Hightower, Simon Strong, Mazaria, and Laris. Mazaria might be a hot take one for you guys. I don't know how you feel about Mazaria. I don't think she was bad at all in the season. I actually think she was quite an improvement. But I don't know. We'll see how you guys feel about this one. I don't know. And there's a lot of supporting actors. I just thought these were some of the ones that I think stood out to me the most. See, what do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know. Also, never watched The Boys either. 20 years was a great run. Should have ended it. Agreed. How do you feel about RDJ joining Marvel again as Doctor Doom? I don't care as long as his face stays hidden. His eyes think it's stupid. Why take one of the most important Marvel villains, the one that's one of the most iconic in Marvel, and make him played by the same actor as Iron Man? I don't care what you say, because now every time I hear this character speaking or look at this character, whether their mask is on or off, I'm going to be going, this is just evil Iron Man. It's not Doctor Doom. And so you've completely broken my immersion based off a casting choice. Think about how many good actors there could have been that could have gotten to play the Doctor Doom role. It's just stupid to me. It is literally Marvel being desperate and going back to something that they know people will want. Like, they want to see more of RDJ. So I just think it was stupid. I think it was dumb. I've even seen people like trying to speculate what the Doctor Doom character is going to look like having almost Iron Man mask on and stuff like that. And it just looks bad. It's just dumb to me. Better put Ulf on this list? Nope. You're not on there. Ulf is not in any category, I don't think. That's fair, Steffi, with blood and cheese. So. Yeah, I don't trust Marvel. PK, I don't trust Marvel. Like, I don't really trust Marvel at all. Like, the Deadpool Wolverine movie I thought was really good. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. But that doesn't mean I trust Marvel. I still don't trust Marvel. Majority of their projects in the last 4 to 5 years have been bad. go to live chat. I always forget to go to live chat instead of top chat, and it changes stuff drastically. All right, you guys have the best supporting character being Laris. I like it. I like it. I have the best supporting character being, probably a hot take, Simon Strong. I did love what Simon Strong added to the Harrenhal plotline. To me, he was my personal favorite. Laris, I think, is a great option as well. I don't mind the Laris pick at all. But for me personally, I was a big Simon Strong type of guy. Yeah. Moving on, we have kind of a meme one. I'm not even going to do kind of a poll for this one because I just think it's funny. But number 13, we have the best sneaking in season 2. And the nominees I have is Daemon in episode 1, infiltrating to Higher Blood and Cheese. We've got Rhaenyra in episode 3, sneaking into King's Landing. We have episode 5 with Alinda, the handmaiden of Rhaenyra, sneaking in episode 5. We have Alicent in episode 8, sneaking on to Dragonstone. And so I took this kind of a logical approach. Like, let's look at all of the sneaking attempts, right? So Daemon's is obviously kind of the worst one. Like, his is like, oh yeah, he has his hair showing. He looks like a Targaryen. He basically takes no precautions to even hide who he is. He just doesn't care, apparently. Also, why hire somebody? Maybe you could just go with Cheese and just kill Aemond yourself. Kind of weird. You know. Then you have Rhaenyra in episode 3, which is probably the best attempt of sneaking because she almost hides her identity completely. It is kind of the riskiest one, the stupidest one, I think, of the 4 on here. Maybe Daemon's is more. But I think Rhaenyra's is probably the best sneaking. I'm going to give the award to Rhaenyra episode 3 because I think it's the best sneaking attempt. It's the most thought out. Alicent just kind of walks to the front door and it all kind of happens off screen. Linda's like, who gives a shit? Honestly, who cares? So I think Rhaenyra's in episode 3's got to win the best sneaking award. Now, this is where we get to some real big stuff here. So, we have the best looking dragon of season 2. So, the nominees that we have are Meleys, Rhaxys, Sunfire, and Silverwing. This is going to split some hairs. I can already tell in chat this is going to split some hairs. I didn't put Vhagar in here because I don't think Vhagar looks that cool. I think Vhagar's like, he's a fat dragon. It's kind of what he looks like. But this one could split some hairs. This one could maybe split some hairs. Silverwing and then Sunfire, I will say, looks better in the book. In my imagination. My imagination and the art that comes out about Sunfire from artists looks better than what they did, but Alinda's is the worst. I agree. Ashley C, we're on the same wavelength. We like our Simon. Did you watch X-Men 97? I did not. Dakota, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched any of the films that those characters are involved in outside of the James Bond stuff. So I'm just gonna go with James Bond. He was a good foil for Daemon. I agree. How about none? Mayhaps. To be fair, Daemon has the protection of the gold cloaks. Yeah, but like, any commoner could have realized that's who he was, and then boom, now you're just shit out of luck. So, why did he have to go himself? If he just paid them anyway, just send Mysaria with the gold. Agreed. I just don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Vhagar hiding behind a castle. It's a good one. Unpopular opinion, Vhagar. Yeah, see, I just don't agree. I think Vhagar just looks like a fat, ugly dragon. Best looking dragon is probably Syrax or Silverwing. Syrax was an honorable mention. I didn't put Syrax in there. I agree. They intentionally made Sunfire uglier. Sunfire should have looked a lot better. Ashley is going to be chopping off heads if people don't vote Maylees. That's all I got to say. She will be chopping heads off. She will be banning people in chat. There's so much like discrepancy in the chat of who the best dragon is, and I like it. Okay, PK, might have to check it out. Equals homeless hobo dragon. Unfortunate for Sheep Stealer. Took a stray. Sunfire seems so innocent. I was sad when he got wounded. Yeah. Sea Smoke looks good too. Yeah, Sea Smoke's a good one. Vermithor, I don't know. Vermithor just looked kind of generic. I don't know. Vermithor just didn't stick out to me. Cannibal is the best. Yeah, unfortunate. You know, off screen. You know, off screen. Cannibal was there. Tessarion. We saw Tessarion in one little like flyover scene. It's not enough. It's not enough. I didn't get to see like. I didn't even get to see Tessarion basically. I agree on Sea Smoke and Drogon. I agree. Okay, so it seems like the poll is very conflicted between Caraxes and Sunfire. Seems like Sunfire is going to get the win. So, let's do this. All right, here we go. The best looking dragon in Season 2, the Grease Award from myself, I gave to Maylees. Ashley, I knew you were going to be happy about that. I just thought Maylees looked insane in the Rook's Rest episode. And part of it is maybe the connection with Rhaenys, and maybe that helped. And maybe it's because we didn't see Caraxes that much this season. But I just love the design of Maylees in this season. Was a big fan. I wasn't that big of a fan of Sunfire's design, and you guys chose Sunfire, so Sunfire ended up winning. But I don't know. That's the one. This is the one where I'm like, I don't know about that, guys. That kind of seems like a wild one to me. But yeah. And then the last one we're going to do, I also can't do this one in chat because I actually gave it more options. I actually nominated 6 instead of just doing 5 or 4. But I did the best acted moments of the show. So this is just pure acting. This has nothing to do with like plot relevance or whatever. It's just based upon the best acted moments of the show. So I had Rhaenyra and Jace's embrace from episode 1. I had 2 different ones from episode 2. I had Aegon's rage over his son being killed, kind of that entire sequence we see kind of at the beginning of episode 2. I had Helena and Alicent in episode 2 when they're being like paraded, and Helena's acting performance over having like a panic attack. Oh, that was fantastic in episode 2. I had episode 5, Baela convincing Corlys to be Hand. I thought that was some really good acting by both of those actors who are really great at their roles, just don't get enough time. I had Larys in episode 6 to Aegon talking about disability. That whole scene was acted extremely well. And then I also had episode 6, Daemon and his second vision with Viserys into him then waking up. So like him, like the kind of the almost the fear but sadness in his eyes as he's comforting his brother over, you know, the death of Aemma Arryn, and then going into the scene where Daemon like wakes up and he almost seems to be crying and just kind of like completely taken out of it. Matt Smith did a fantastic job in that scene as well. I did end up giving the award, though, to Rhaenyra and Jace's embrace. I think both the actors did a fantastic job in that scene in terms of just facial acting. There's not a lot of words that's said in this scene, but the way that we see, you know, specifically even Emma Darcy, the acting that was done there with Jace, just a beautiful scene. It stokes a little bit of that emotion that I didn't really feel a lot in this season, and so I gave it me the best acted. I thought like the auto dismissal scene, like you guys are saying in chat, I think was a very good scene. It was really acted well, but that scene isn't nearly as much on acting. It's more on the way the plot built up to it, also then the acting. So I think it's part of that scene has to do with our how we look at stuff that happened in season 1 with season 2. Oh, that's my only like reason I didn't put it in there, but I think it's also in there. Ashley is very happy that Maylee's ended up winning. I just want to point this out. I had already figured out my answers. I have them highlighted red as I'm reading like my script for the stream. So I didn't get swayed at the last second. I didn't just give Ashley a pity vote. That's actually what I believe. I did really enjoy Maylee. I kind of thought the Blackwoods and Bracken's opening scene was really good. Yeah, that's another good one, PK. PK, the acting of Olivia Cook and Emma Darcy in that scene was good as well. I agree. Even though I don't like of what actually happened in that scene, so maybe there's some bias there, but that was good acting there. All right, well, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. I hope you guys enjoy. This is a much longer stream than we usually go. We almost went about 2 hours with this stream, so I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. But I will see you guys all in the next one. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.